I grew up on a farm in a small town in rural Waikato, and it was a great life. We had a great time, you know, making huts in the hay barn. We had a pony and motorbikes. It was so awesome. When I was 14, all hell broke loose. My parents had a spectacular divorce, and in a small town, everybody seems to know more about it than you do yourself, so that was interesting. It was quite a shock for myself and my siblings. We didn't see it coming at all, and I think I just turned to the bottle and to a party lifestyle to cope, which didn't really help me. That only made my problems worse. You know, hang out with all my friends, and we were all, you know, into drinking and rugby socials. That was just normal. But before I'd go out, I'd get my bucket ready by my bed, and my Disprin's already dissolved, and all my water ready for the dry horrors in the morning, because I was going out to get smashed and forget all my troubles. I used to have a lot of fun when I was with my friends and partying, but when I was by myself, that's when I'd really feel alone and it would hit me. So I would drink even by myself, which wasn't really that helpful. I can remember meeting my friend Carolyn on the first day at school, and she was wearing a pink dress, and I was trying to make friends, so I said to everybody, why don't you all come over to my house and we'll get drunk, because this was my way of making friends. And she said, oh, I don't drink. And I said, really? I'd never met anyone who didn't drink before, apart from my grandparents. And she said, oh, I'm a Christian. That might explain a lot of things. And I said, oh, I'm a Christian too. She said, really? And I said, yeah, I'm... And she said, which church do you go to? And I said, well, I don't really go to church, but I think I'm a Presbyterian. And she was on to me from that moment on, inviting me to everything. So I went along with her, and then I said, oh, I wasn't really into it. So she asked me to come to life group with her, and I went along, and that was pretty amazing, but it still wasn't really my scene. So she asked me to come to youth, and Brian Houston was preaching, and that was pretty cool, but I still said it's not really me. So she asked me to come to this crusade, and I went to that with her. And, you know, when I went along to church, I thought, what planet have I landed on here? They're all happy, clappy. It's like Sunday school. And I just felt culturally shocked because it was so different to a little bit of church experience I'd had as a child. And it took me a while. It took me like over a year. I didn't ever go forward at church, or I can't remember praying the prayer. But more and more, the Lord was revealing himself to me and has shown me his love. My desires started changing. I didn't want to read Dolly magazine anymore. I wanted to read the Bible, and I didn't want to go to the pub and the nightclub anymore. I wanted to go to church, and I didn't understand what was happening to me. I thought I was losing my mind. And, but it was all good changes. So I left school and went to Teachers College and did primary training for 4 years, and was part of the youth group in the church locally. Met my husband Alan there, and we started dating, and less than a year later we were married. And then we were leading the youth ministry here within 6 months, and we did that for 10.5 years. And we've just kept doing that, and we took over the leadership of our church 10 years ago from Alan's mum and dad. So it's been an exciting ride. When I look back over my life, I thank God for everything that happened, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I thank God for my amazing childhood growing up on the farm and in a small rural country school. I thank God for even the turbulent times in the teenage years, because it brought me to know Jesus, and it brought me to be walking with him today. And I hate to think what would have happened in my life and to my kids and the generations that follow if I hadn't met Jesus. Today, my life is better than I ever thought it would be or could be. So much happier, and we've been blessed with 4 amazing kids, and I get to be at home with them often, plus work part-time with people. It's so exciting. It's amazing to see how God brings restoration into people's lives, and how Jesus comes into someone's heart and makes a change from the inside out. He makes them come alive, like he did for me. And I see it every day that he's doing that in people's lives. And we see it not only in their life, but then it changes everything they do, their home, their marriage, their children, their family. It's like the ripple effect from Jesus coming into their heart, and then it just expands and affects every area of their life. It's an amazing thing to watch, and it's an amazing process to behold and be a part of.